Beach foul number 1, hard for first and 13 foul. Scoring number 2, G.Y. Johnson, shooting 1.
Milling, lefty shooter, puts up a 3, and UC Davis coming out hot.
Well, that's what they do. I mean, when you look at this team, Milling is a shooter. He's going to hunt threes in transition. He's a lefty who likes to go left, but you better make him put it on the floor first.
Thompson, little floater, left it short. Yeah, and able to knock it out to Polynice. And his pass tipped away. Thompson has it. 5 on the shot clock. Out of bounds. And it's staying with Long Beach State. There's Dan Munson in his 17th season, trying to get his team a bye in the upcoming Big West tournament in Henderson. Into Yan, who lays it in. Jeffrey Yan.
Of all the practices I've been to over the 6 years he's been here, he's the one guy that consistently gave his all. You know, knowing he probably wouldn't play in games, but I'll tell you what, he's a really good big man's coach. I hope one day he gets involved in coaching.
Rebound to Polynice. Yeah, I mean, we've joked Jeffrey Yan's like the mayor of Long Beach. I mean, he's been part of this program, it feels like almost as long as Dan Munson has been.
No question. Fits the culture and has the character that coach wants.
Pepper headed to the line, switched hands mid-air, fouled by Messiah Thompson.
But, you know, this is a team that's lethal in transition. You got to get back. You got to stop the ball. And, you know, it's great to want to block a shot. I'd prefer that you stay in between the man in the basket and wall him up and make him shoot over, as opposed to putting him to the free throw line for some easy shots.
Elijah Pepper steps to the free throw line. Certainly on his way to an all Big West selection, maybe Big West Player of the Year.
I'll tell you, I mean, he's dropping 21 points per game. And, you know, I like the backcourt, but make no doubt about it, he's the head of the monster. He can score at all 3 levels. He shoots off the dribble. He shoots off the catch. And you just can't guard him. You don't think there's one player out there that's going to stop him. It's got to be team defense on him the whole 40 minutes.
Broke the all-time UC Davis single-season scoring record last year. He's picking up right where he left off this year. Thompson off a defender's leg. Jadon Jones, the Traores have come into the game. Thompson misses the three. Pepper the rebound. So the 5 on the floor now. 5 that you'd see starting more often than the senior day 5 that was out there to start. Pepper.
Love the way UC Davis uses all 3 sides of the offense. They don't force it. They look to pick and choose.
Jadon Jones with the block of Adebayo. Now Boubacar down low and getting to the free throw line. 2 free throws coming for Traore.
And right there on this offensive possession and the last one for UC Davis, you're going to see this transition game, how it evolves. Both teams want to push early, 6-7 seconds or less to get easy scores and make the other team get back. And there you can see pretty good defense, but it was the contact that was easy, that was made. It was easy to make the call by the official.
So Boubacar Traore to the free throw line. Shooting about 65% this season from the line. Knocks down the first. And Long Beach State coming off a tough loss at home Thursday to UC Santa Barbara. Trailing most of the game, but they came back. Had a chance late. Down by 2. Marcus Sahonis put up a shot from just beyond half court that hit off the backboard. Would have won the game for the Beach had it gone in. But that loss sets up a tough situation for the Beach today. We mentioned a win and they're the 3 seed, but a loss and things get a little complicated for them depending on what else happens in the conference.
But they could drop from 3 to 5 in the blink of an eye.
And if you are the 5 seed, you don't get the first round bye. You got to play the 8 seed in the first round.
Well, they've sort of hit a little bit of a drought in terms of being connected. You know, they just have struggled. I mean, losing 4 in a row, we hadn't seen that all season long. So
right,
again,
coming off a 5-game win streak.
Yeah, you're going to tell what this team is made of, like I said in the open. You know, are they together or are they trying to get theirs?
Adebayo leaving it for Bora, Francesco Bora into the game, and he lays it in. Meanwhile, for Davis, I mean, we've already mentioned it. They've locked up the 2 seed, so they get a double bye. But they don't want to get swept by the Beach this season, even though this game doesn't mean anything for their standing in the tournament.
Yeah, and I think even maybe more importantly, you just want to be playing your best basketball as you head to Henderson.
T.Y. Johnson sidestepping a defender to lay it in.
You know, it sounds great to say you don't want to get swept, but in the big picture, in this league, you got to make it to the tournament and hope that you can get hot because there's only one team going to the NCAA tournament.
Boubacar spinning around, flipping to Lacina, who lays it in.
Nothing's better than big-to-big basketball. You know, it just the chemistry, great spacing, didn't force the pass, was able to thread the needle, drop it to his other big.
Now T.Y. Jadon Jones, another block. A.J. George got it. And the Beach trying to go on a little run here. See if they can come up with another stop on the defensive end. Davis shooting 63% to start. Milling for 3, missed it. That's their first missed 3 of the game. Now Boubacar deep into the lane, lost it. Johnson back the other way, 2-on-2. Floater, nice touch.
Well, that's why this is such a good backcourt, because they can hunt threes, they can pull up from 3. What great body control by Johnson to be able to get that off with balance in his cylinder of verticality.
A.J. George flips it down for Sahonis. Quick little turnaround. Marcus has the answer.
Well, you know, in conference play, when Sahonis doesn't play, this Long Beach State team is 0-4. They really struggle. When everybody's healthy, they've been 10-3, and that's been the key, getting everybody healthy and having availability of all the players, because this is a really good team, and we saw that when they had those nice stretches and piled up a bunch of wins in a row.
Jones closes the gap on Pepper. Pepper puts it up anyway, off the glass. and fouled by Jadon Jones. Elijah Pepper giving Jadon a taste of his own medicine there. He'll have a chance at a 4-point play when we come back. For a chance at a 4-point play. Pepper fouled on a 3-point attempt.
Well, the one thing that if you follow Big West basketball like all of us do, you know, with Jim Les over the years, nobody gets more out of Les than he does. I mean, when you think of overall 1 through 12, take out the best backcourt in the Big West. This is a team that doesn't have top 5 talent, and he's always in the mix. They may have their ups and downs, but this is a team that there's a method to their madness, and he just does an unbelievable job getting guys to understand their roles, to digest their roles, and then most importantly, to accept and execute their roles.
9 points for Pepper as he goes to the bench, and we'll see a substitution. It's Connor Sevilla into the game. George driving the baseline and catching and scoring from Abubakar Traore.
I tell you, Abubakar, great pass, on time, on target, but A.J. George, the super soft, just grows every single day at practice, and he shows us what he does all week long when he performs on Thursdays and Saturdays. Going to be a great player in this league, an all-league player for sure down the road.
Milling looking underneath, tipped. Bora's got it, swatted by Abubakar. Each down 7. Lacina deep underneath. The turnaround, the bounce. 4 points for Lacina Traore.
That's the mentality that I want to see. You want to get the ball up the floor, no go. You're in your half-court set. Get the ball into the paint. Let Lacina go to work.
Lose kicking it out. Gets it back from Sevilla. Now driving on Jadon Jones. Met by a double team. Crowd wants a travel. And they get a late travel.
Yeah, the crowd came through. They made that call for sure. Love the way Lacina moved as the ball. He saw Jadon Jones getting beat, and, you know, it was a pretty simple call when he comes down here. You know, just watch his feet. Oops. Easy call.
First turnover of the game for Davis, and Long Beach State takes advantage. Sahonis makes it a 1-possession game.
And the change right now, shot selection by Long Beach State, getting good, solid looks which are makeable.
Lose driving baseline, out to DeBrule. 3 on the way. It's in. Davis is 4 of 5 from beyond the arc. Hot shooting to start. 24 points in just over 8 minutes.
Well, that all starts with their spacing and their ability to get the ball to the different sides. They're not taking first side shots. They're moving the defense, getting open looks, and their passes are on target.
Sahonis straight away, NBA range. Lacina tracks down the offensive rebound. Jones on the drive. Lacina again, creating a third opportunity, but his pass intercepted. Sahonis almost had the steal, but DeBrule controls. Lose bounces to Milling.
Great wall-up defense by Lacina, doing a great job in the paint.
That 3 from DeBrule didn't go. Yeah, these UC Davis guards, they've been trying to get inside, and they're met by the Long Beach State bigs every time as Marcus Sahonis gets another 2.
You got to have a defensive mindset against this team, and whoever has the ball, you got to load up 6 to 8 eyeballs. Team defense.
Too easy. Kane Milling, wide open 3, and a timeout taken by Dan Munson. And
highlights is like this. I mean, I sounded good. You just couldn't see what I was talking about.
All right, Sahonis letting it roll, picks it up into the front court. Beach down 7. A lob down low. Lacina double team, gets it out quick. Jadon Jones, hey! Jadon Jones special, what do you know? The three and the foul.
And it was all set up by a defensive triangle. We always talk about triangles on defense, but this was on offense. And you can see right there the great kick out. And you can't see the top person up there on the wing, but when you can form a triangle on the strong side, there it is. The kick, you had Sahonis there in case there wasn't a shot, and nobody does it better like Jadon Jones. It's a little bit of Nate Dogg. I know we're in the LBC, and it just that song popped into my head. Nobody does it better. Jadon Jones, he just has a great knack for getting fouled when he's going up and knocking down three balls in the pyramid. He's done it his whole career.
Yeah, Lose was right on top of him, too, but Jones did not care. There was no hesitation
well, he has
at
no
all.
conscience. It's not even hesitation. You know, he knew he was shooting that bad boy.
T.Y. Johnson. Elijah Pepper back into the game for the Aggies. He's got it now. Bounces for Adebayo.
They really moved the ball well.
George intercepting the pass and then fouled by Adebayo.
That was a silly foul. You know, I mean, he had possession of the ball and he didn't have to worry about transition. They had teammates back, just a frustration foul. But, you know, as I said, they're moving the ball well. They obviously cough it up. But for the most part in this first 10 minutes of play, I think the spacing has been impeccable. They share it, they move it, and that's what's enabled them to shoot such a high percentage.
Jason Hart's coming into the game for Long Beach State as Abubakar Traore is fouled by T.Y. Johnson.
I thought Hart really did some good things the other night when we called that Thursday night game. Coming in, his first start, I believe, of the year, and, you know, just getting some paint, finding some teammates. Good to see him have some success.
Yeah, Hart made his first career start Thursday and started great. A couple assists, a steal. Here's Abubakar Traore, the offensive rebound. Jones for three off the mark. And then another foul on the Aggies. Whistles coming in hot against UC Davis right now.
Well, I always love to see deflections defensively for Long Beach State, which tells me they're engaged. And then when I see them on the offensive glass, especially the two Traores, I mean, just working hard for their money. And they're in there and they're battling. And when they can dominate on both ends of the floor, usually the outcome for Long Beach State is a win.
Abubakar, Adebayo right on him. And then a foul against Long Beach State. And Abubakar Traore. So that's 4 straight whistles here. The first one on the beach. 4th team foul. Davis has committed 5. Aggies up 3 with the ball.
Love the talk by Lucina, the pointing, the defense right now, playing on the balls of their feet. Very proactive, as you see the steal right there. And now this is what makes the beach hard, when Traore can lead the break.
And Traore, the assist to A.J. George. 1-point game.
He's come such a long way from when he first got here, just being a rebounder. And at that time, he was an air baller for anything other than a dunk or a layup. He has really turned himself into a nice Big West player.
Yeah, leading Long Beach State in assists. And Elijah Pepper. Too many steps, called for the travel. That's 3 straight turnovers for UC Davis.
It is, but and that's the good news. The bad news is the defensive discipline. How many times is Long Beach State going to get up in the air, leave their feet, you know, or get caught from behind? You know, right there, just stay down until he goes up to shoot, especially with Jadon Jones, who is a defensive specialist. You know, I mean,
former Big West Defensive Player of the Year.
Everybody talks about his threes and his offense. I love his defense, man. He's got great instincts. He's got great feet.
Short on that 3. Over to Johnson, taking on 2 Long Beach State players and headed to the free throw line. T.Y. Johnson trying to end a 6-0 Long Beach State run.
But yeah, you look at him, he may be the fastest, if not, you know, one of the fastest players in the country with the ball. I mean, he just puts on another level of speed, and, you know, he plays in attack mode. You know, I've watched a couple games, really good in the mid-range pull-up game, can score at all 3 levels. And I said Peppers is the head of the snake. He's the second head in that monster of just being – those 2 guys can play anywhere in the country, in my opinion. And like I said, the rest of the team, they're good, but that just speaks to the coach that Jim Les is in terms of getting this team to buy in and just playing good team basketball.
Adebayo goes out. And Losey back into the game for UC Davis. T.Y. Johnson trying to make it a perfect trip at the line and put the Aggies back up by 3. He does. 29-26 our score. Thompson, George, Lucina Traore, Jason Hart, and Marcus Sahonis on the floor for the Beach. George against Losey, bounce to Lucina, backing down. Lost the ball, rolling out of bounds. Last touch by Traore. But wait, whistle and they say out of bounds off Davis. It's kind of a late whistle there coming in from the side from the official on the baseline.
It surprised me. I thought it was definitely going to be going the other way.
Inbound up high to George, 10 to shoot. AJ down for Traore.
One-on-one in the post. Go to work.
With the shot clock at 1. And a 1-point game again.
Single coverage, he's got to be able to get to the paint, which he did, and go up strong and finish. Need to see more of that. They need a heavy dose of points in the paint.
6 points now for Lucina Traore. 3 Beach players with 6. Sahonis, Lucina, and George. Down low and wide open for the lay-in. Nico Rochak.
Well, I get the strong side action, but you got to have defensive help on the backside. Someone's got to see that pass and be there and wall him up.
Long Beach State keeping the pressure on, but they've yet to lead in this first half. Sahonis going to work against Losey. Gets inside against 4 defenders with the foul.
So be it, but they're going to be great examples of what this program has been built upon and how well Coach Munson has developed these young men to go on and to be even greater men once they graduate from the Beach.
Sahonis ties the game 31-all with that free throw. He's got a team-high 9. Tied with Pepper and T.Y. Johnson for the game-high in points.
Man-to-man D right there. Now you've got to lock in on these shooters with the lock and trail and keep your man in front. Stay between the basket and your man.
Johnson pass tip. Traore on the run. Now Sahonis to Abubakar. Wide open look. Sahonis triple. No.
And that's a great shot by Sahonis. And let me tell you, I tell the truth, right? You know, I mean, people are watching the game, can't sugarcoat it. Sometimes I question Sahonis, right? Even though they need him to score. That was a great shot. It was great by Messiah making that extra pass. Just didn't go down. Good offensive possession right there.
Good ball movement. And, of course, Sahonis wide open. Just didn't knock it down.
It's an interesting matchup with Sahonis and Pepper. They played together growing up, so they know each other extremely well.
Ball out of bounds. Will stay with the Aggies, 14 on their shot clock.
You know, with Pepper, you got to be there on the catch. You got to contest all his shots. You got to pressure him without fouling. And like I mentioned, the lock and trail, be on his hip and not let him get any looks. And all that said, it's easy to say it, hard to do.
Well, he's got Hart on him now. Flips it over.
But that's just easy. That's just easy. When he sees Hart on him, you know, a freshman, right? Antsy, wanting to reach, wanting to steal. Because Hart hasn't figured out yet. Coaches don't want steals. They want stops. And the minute he got by him, he put his defense in distress.
That was Jack Manny with the lay-in there. And Sahonis gets the 2 here, keeping Long Beach State even at 33-all. Down low, Bora flips it out. Milling open look, knocks it down from the corner.
Really nice lefty stroke. Did you see the rotation on that ball? That's when you know guys are in the gym and they're working. They catch it, they seam it up, locked, loaded. Easy shot from the corner three.
Yeah, Millings 3 for 4 now from beyond the arc. Terrific shooter.
And terrific spacing, terrific passing, finding the open man.
Sahona's dangerous pass. It finds Hart. He tries the 3. Ball out of bounds. Last touch by Davis. And some subs here. A.J. George and Issa Silva coming in for the Beach, replacing Hart and Thompson.
See, I'm just not sure. I'm not going to say that wasn't a bad shot. I will say that. But I don't know if that's the shot you want right then and there. Ty, you know, you look at the score, you look at the time, you've struggled. You can get that same shot with 3 seconds left on the shot clock. I just wish the ball would go inside more.
It was inside right there and then lost. Johnson on the run. And T.Y. hard hit there. He's going to the free throw line for 2. Watch out down below.
Yeah, right. You know, and we're talking about the Beach's defense. I mean, this is hard because, number one, you got to get back in transition. You can't let him get that head of steam. See, there's no one between him and the basket until Sahonis sort of makes that last-ditch effort. But with this Davis team, you're going to see a plethora of ball screens, dribble handoffs, you know, pin downs, single doubles, a box set. I mean, you really have to work a whole possession, and you can't blink, and you can't take a defensive play off, or they're going to get a good look. They run great half-court offense if they don't have a transition bucket.
And Johnson into double-figure scoring with that free throw. Now 10 points for T.Y. Taking his time, second free throw, got it. He's 5 of 5 from the free throw line to start this game. Back to a 2-possession lead for UC Davis as Issa Silva plays the point for the Beach. 5 minutes left in the first half. 5-point game, high scoring first half.
Or thought it would be fast and furious. Both these teams, they want to get stops and push the pace for easy scores.
Silva splitting the defense, couldn't knock down the layup, but a foul afterwards. It's going on Long Beach State.
It looked like Issa was trying to avoid contact. I love the way he slithered into that crevice, but I want him to even play a little bit lower to the ground. I always talk about play the game low to high. That creates the separation, and then go into the basket.
Right, he kind of moved.
He was going away, exactly, and that's why the ball didn't get up on the rim. He'll be aggressive.
Well, UC Davis into the bonus now, and so Francesco Borda headed to the line for 1 and 1. Maybe not. A little bit of confusion here, and kind of like a face-off in hockey when one guy gets kicked out.
Right.
And Borda just got kicked off the line for Jack Manny. And now the officials are going to take a look at the monitor to confirm. Oh, now Manny's getting kicked out and Bora's coming back.
All right, there should be a penalty for this because they know what they're doing, right?
Who are we going to penalize?
Oh, we're going to penalize the Davis guys. I mean, you know who's shooting that foul. You know, I always wanted to have an identical twin and be on a team with them. And if my brother was the best player and he got into foul trouble, we could switch jerseys. You know, and then he could go. I mean, you'd have to be identical, no tattoos, same hairline. You know,
you need a guy like a Lacina Traore to block everyone's vision so they don't see you switching uniforms. Francesco Borda might do as well. He's a big guy.
Well, wait a second. You can't do it out in the open. You've got to go around the corner there where the stands are in this big pyramid. But I always thought guys might do that at the half. Brothers in foul trouble, let's switch jerseys.
6-point lead for Davis. Silva holding. surveying, finds Sahonis.
Do you remember when it was 33-33? Yeah, it's right there. Just shot selection. Get great shots.
Well, nothing inside right there for Abubakar Traore. George trying to create.
3 seconds.
Lost it on the ground. Shot clock violation. And that's the thing, though. Davis doing a great job inside. When Long Beach State can get deep in the paint, it looks like there's 3 or 4 blue jerseys there every time.
Well, it's just great team defense. You know, I mean, there's really, I look out there, and again, I don't watch them like Scott Marsh does, their great radio play-by-play guy. So it's like I'm not going to be able to pick out who's their defensive stopper. But I'll tell you this, I'm smart enough to figure out it's team defense. They load to the ball. They've got, 6 to 8 eyeballs on the ball. Very well connected team, Davis. And on this end, again, I can talk about Lacina. Every possession down, just trying to talk and direct on the middle of that zone.
Bora missing the layup. Maybe a little pressure there from Lacina causing the miss. Sahonis flipping it down low. Dangerous pass, but a foul bails out the Beach. And that foul putting Long Beach State into the bonus. And they're going to shoot 1 and 1 when we come back with 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in this.
Players that can go on and not just play overseas, but have a chance to play in the NBA like a Gabe Vincent, with the Lakers, and we can name a couple more. But just really, every night you got to play.
Yeah, and such a competitive league this year, too. I mean, UC Irvine kind of ran away with the regular season. UC Davis ended up the 2 seed, but then you just got a ton of teams in the mix battling for seeding throughout the rest of the conference.
UC San Diego, phenomenal job of what they're doing as they make that transition here and bide their time in the Big West.
Yeah. Exciting to see what they do next year once they're eligible for postseason play.
Yeah. Strong pivot in there. This is a very fundamental team.
Pepper against a double team, 3 to shoot.
Everybody's left their feet on a shot fake in that possession. And I'm going to tell you this. I'll bet you 2 of my 3 pensions that Coach Munson has told them 1,000 times, right? 1,000 times. Don't leave your feet. Stay down on their pump fakes. That's the hard part about coaching. It's the hard part about coaching. You present what you want them to do, and then the responsibility is for the players to do it.
Yeah.
And to err is human. But you can't make the same mistake over and over again. That's what drives coaches crazy, and that's why most of us lose our hair.
And even with all that, they were able to force a low percentage shot there at the end of the possession with 1 on the shot clock, but a foul on the loose ball, sending Rochak to the free throw line for 1 and 1. Rochak will get another. Jadon Jones back into the game. Haven't seen a whole lot of Jadon in this first half. Only 8 minutes, playing with 2 fouls. Stroud and Lacina Traore also have 2 fouls. Rochak makes 2. Davis back up by 8. Their largest lead of this first half is 9. They're getting close to that as Chase Polonese takes too many steps into the paint. And a turnover to the Aggies. 7th turnover for Long Beach State in this first half. Just above 3 minutes to go here before halftime. Davis trying to take their first double-digit lead of the game. Rochak, dangerous pass. Somehow they keep it alive. Pepper from the block, the floater. 10-point Davis lead, their biggest of the game. And Long Beach State now hasn't scored in over 3 minutes. Remember, it was 33-33. And Davis has gone on a 10-0 run since. Jones ends it off the window.
Really good take. He read the defender's foot, saw that he had the dribble drive to his left, was able to push the gas pedal, yet stay under control and go up and knock it down off the glass.
A little similar to what we saw on Thursday here. Long Beach State falling behind, working back to a tie as we see that 3 go down perfect from Kane Milling. That was kind of the story for the Beach on Thursday, right? They got close. They took the lead late after working so hard to come back. And then right after that, the Gauchos went on a 6-0 run, never trailed the rest of the way.
Consistency. That's one thing that's been lacking. But yet, they had good runs of it where they put those strung-nosed wins together. It's just consistency.
Lewis misses on a three, cleaned up by Polynice, who gets the putback. Here's Rochak against Polynice. Now Pepper. DeBrule, good look. Too strong. Rebound George. Sahonis going one-on-one against Pepper. Gets underneath, gets inside, off the window. Sahonis, give him 13.
Well, I like that. He saw that Pepper was on him. It definitely advantage in size. I don't know. They could be pretty equal in strength, but like I alluded to a little bit ago, these two guys know each other's games. They played together growing up, or played against each other, I should say, growing up.
A fun one-on-one matchup there. DeBrule off to Rochak. Missed the layup. A lot of contact underneath, no foul. The three from Lewis doesn't go. George offensive rebound. Corner three, Sahonis. And Milling comes away with it. Long Beach State now just 1 of 10 from beyond the arc. Johnson's going to inbound. They got Milling, DeBrule, Rochak, and Pepper out on the floor. DeBrule, cross court for Milling, fakes the three. 10 to shoot. Dangerous pass intercepted by George, cleaned up by Stroud. Shot clock dark.
Did a great shot.
Sahonis, 3 seconds from the elbow. And that will end the first half. Pepper heaves up a shot from half court after the clock. It's tough for this team to finish the season on a 5-game skid heading into the tournament, coming directly on the heels of a 5-game winning streak. All right, here we go. Second half underway. Davis up 7, starting with the basketball.
Just really patient, not looking to force shots, not looking to rush shots. The one thing that caught my eye in the first half, and it just happened in that possession, I love the way the Davis guys cut. They cut hard. I don't like casual cutters. Hard cutters affect defenders, whether you get the ball or not, and they're doing a great job of that.
Sahonis, no good on his first attempt of the second half. It's Davis by 9. Pepper double teamed up high. T.Y. Johnson. Lost it. Out of bounds. Jason Hart brings it into the front court for the Beach. Traore up top, and a foul against Long Beach State. They turn it over. It's Lucina Traore called for the foul. Johnson for 3, nothing but net as he connects.
Don't get sped up. Again, beating a drum, but the spacing is good. They're moving the basketball well, and they're taking open shots.
Jadon Jones out to Sahonis. Beach down 12. It's the biggest lead of the game for Davis. Sahonis, high off glass, didn't go. Called for the offensive foul. Well, in the second half, we'll take a look a bit at the scoreboard. And 3 games later tonight in the conference, and the big one for Long Beach State, a couple big ones really, that Hawaii Cal State Bakersfield game, that's a 9 o'clock tip Pacific time, and then UC Riverside at UC Santa Barbara at 7 o'clock.
Jason, where is that Hawaii game at?
It's in Hawaii. Adebayo lays it in with a right hand. UC Irvine is at Cal State Fullerton tonight to wrap up their regular season. Foul there going against UC Davis. They got Elijah Pepper for it. That's his second. A.J. George into the game for Long Beach State. They've got Hart, Jones, George, Abubakar Traore, and Marcus Ahonis out on the floor. Abubakar, double teamed. Now Hart trying to get inside. Ahonis tipped back, no, but a foul first. And free throws coming for the Beach. Fouls against Nico Rocek.
Long Beach State doing a good job that possession of just Hart Jr. into the paint, trying to attack the rim, put pressure on the defense, drawing the foul, and gets rewarded, gets to the line, see if he can get 2 the easy way.
Perfect on the first free throw. Hart, 75% free throw shooter in his redshirt freshman season. That was the first point of the second half for Long Beach State. Hart makes them both. Some full court pressure here from Long Beach State, something they do very well. Adebayo struggling to get rid of it. Off to Milling. He hustles it across. Abubakar was waiting for him underneath. Davis by a dozen.
Jason Hart doing a great job inside right there with the physicality defending the low post.
Air ball well short. Kane Milling, who's been on the money most of the game, missed that one badly. Underneath, Abubakar Traore, the lay-in.
Okay, very good transition defense by UC Davis. Great execution by Long Beach State to thread the needle, get it inside for the low post score.
10-point game. Jones knocks it away. Hart comes up with it. Spun off for him, the open floater.
And great look by the freshman.
UC Davis now up over 60% shooting for the game. 61%, 17 out of 28. Rocek. Knocked away, Jadon Jones, second straight possession in which he's forced to steal.
And we've seen it more in this second half, just multiple efforts, just defensive efforts that we didn't see in the first half by a Jadon Jones making that play to get a deflection, to create a steal. Defense has upped it a little bit intensity-wise.
Couple of misses there from Ahonis. Now T.Y. Johnson taking him on one-on-one.
Yeah, and to me, that's just foolish. You're out there and you're just bumping him. I mean, I would have called a foul. And there may not have been a foul. It's probably a good thing that I'm not an official. But just why? 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 45 feet from the basket, and we're bumping and we're grinding. And
well, some second chance points there for Adebayo. Only the second offensive rebound of the game for UC Davis. Long Beach State, 10 offensive rebounds, but just 6 second chance points. Hart, jump stop, got the bounce.
Like the nice aggressiveness, not to settle. I mean, he's getting his looks in the paint, off the dribble drives.
4 points for Jason Hart. So he gets the Beach back within 10. Johnson to the hoop and to the line. Foul going against Marcus Ahonis. And T.Y. Johnson going to shoot 2 free throws after this break. Aggies staying hot in the second half.
Is what you would say a driver if you're talking to your team. He's a driver and he's an offensive rebounder. But again, like the guards, he loves the shot fake, and he's a pretty good cutter. He affects multiple defenders in their half-court offense.
It's T.Y. Johnson at the line shooting 2. And he stays perfect. 6 of 6 now from the free throw line, leading all scorers with 15 points. UC Davis continues to lead comfortably. Long Beach State with Thompson, George, Hart, Jones, and Abubakar Traore on the floor. Hart finds George driving baseline, fouled by Johnson. It's the second on TY. Third team foul. Long Beach State will inbound from the baseline. AJ George 6 points. He inbounds to Abubakar Traore. 4 points, 3 assists for Abubakar. Slings it out, and nobody home. Thompson couldn't reach it. 9th turnover of the game for Long Beach State. Johnson on the drive. Drew some contact, didn't get the whistle, missed the shot. Beach back. Thompson almost had it taken away. Hart in the corner. Hart underneath the reverse. Jason Hart, give him 6, and then he gets teed up after the layup.
Well, that's and I sang his praises on Thursday night, and I thought he's done real well here, but that's just the immaturity of a guy that I thought is turning the corner. And again, what has he been? He's been ultra aggressive in a great way of getting to the paint. And, you'd say on a scale of 1 to 10, that wasn't as bad as it looked in real time, but why? Why? And then is over there, it should be as far away from the table or the official, and he's got a long way to go.
It can't happen. Not down by 10, certainly, as Elijah Pepper shoots 2, and then Davis gets the ball back. And, unfortunately for Long Beach State, and you and I, we only see the home games, but it's kind of been a story this year. We've seen them teed up quite a bit here on their home floor. Not the first time that Hart's been the one teed up as well. Back to a 12-point lead for UC Davis as they look to extend that. DeBrule underneath Adebayo against Thompson. Jones over to help. DeBrule somehow. DeBrule, chance at a 3-point play. Abubakar Traore draped all over him, and yet still able to put it in. Look at this.
Just a strong finish inside the lane. And a very good shooting elbow right there, I might add. I'll tell you what was fun watching that play develop was Varick Lewis and Ty Johnson were down there like MMA fighters. I mean, legal, but they were just pushing, shoving, fighting, clawing. You know me. Sometimes I don't watch on ball. I like to watch off the ball. And I'll tell you, if you're at home watching this, sometimes just watch off the ball. Everyone is, wants to watch the basketball. I like to watch stuff on the backside as opposed to strong side action. Then you can tell who's got a feel for a game or who's got to fight defensively.
A tough turn of events for Long Beach State as they now trail by 15. I think now we've got the replay. of that DeBrule and one. Connor Sevilla into the game for UC Davis. Varick Lewis missing on a three-point attempt. Lewis is now 0 for 3 from 3 in 4 minutes of play. Aggies with it. It's Adebayo off to Pepper. Pepper's floater, no. Traore rebound, and then Pepper, he fouls Abubakar and then gets the worst of the contact. Lucina Traore back into the game. Varick Lewis goes to the bench. Lucina playing with 3 fouls. Marcus Sahonis also has 3 for the Beach. George, there's Lucina looking for help. Abubakar. And foul on Ade Adebayo.
I think the officials have had enough at both ends. It's been getting pretty chippy. I think they're going to call it close for this next 12:42.
And that is the 6th team foul on the Aggies. Next one will put the Beach into the bonus. They'll be shooting the free throws the rest of the way.
Right, so attack, get to the rim.
And there you go. Abubakar Traore will go to the line to shoot 2.
I like the mentality, and I wish we would have seen it a little bit more. And right there, that's an offensive foul. I wasn't going to say that until I saw the replay, but, you know, I probably couldn't be an official. I'd probably be a pretty good one. But Abubakar just trying to hook him. Why hook him? Just do what you were doing. Just stay low and, you know, get your shoulders to the level or beneath the defender's hips, and it creates it. But definitely an offensive foul by Abubakar, and the Beach got lucky that the call went the other way. The Zebras missed that one.
Hart comes back in. Lucina Traore to the bench. Abubakar trying to make it a perfect trip. He's 3 for 3 from the line in this one. Sitting on 5 points right now.
You know, I want to go back to the technical, right, by Hart Jr. Like the whole arena, it's just, can you feel the difference?
Yeah, I mean,
it's just all the air, all the momentum, all the air was taken out. You know, it was a 10-point game, I believe, at the time, and it just and forget the point differential. It's just it's a different vibe right now.
Yeah, life definitely sucked out of here a little bit, and Aggies keeping on rolling. Lose, DeBrule, the fake, off to Bora, the lay-in.
Yeah, the buy-in just hasn't been there defensively. There's no way Jadon Jones, who you said was a defensive player of the year, can let him blow by him on the baseline.
Floater from Thompson. I mean, UC Davis, they're at 64 points right now. I mentioned this a little bit ago. They average 70 points per game. They've almost reached that here. They have a chance to do it before the 10-minute mark as Jadon Jones commits a foul, his third. And that is the 6th team foul on Long Beach State, and it will...
All Senku, as I said, was a great high school player, played at New Mexico, and then McGuire Munson doesn't get enough credit. And I always talk about I'm a little jealous and envious if we can pan up there a little bit, well, back to the game. But McGuire Munson just every day at practice does all the things that nobody else wants to do. He's going to be a heck of a coach, and it sure is nice to watch Coach Munson and his 2 sons in this program. It's a real family affair.
Shot good, Leo DeBrule. And certainly everyone on that bench doing everything they can right now to will this Long Beach State team back into this one for the regular season finale. As A.J. George knocks it down. Long Beach State's got to string together some stops on defense.
Sure do, because when they get flowing in their offense, they're so good. But, you know, I always say that this team's offense usually depends on their defensive intensity.
Milling gets around Hart, lays it in. 68-52, Davis up 16.
Let's see if they can get this ball moving. Get it to the top, to the right, to the left, inside the lane.
Lucina offensive rebound. Sahonis driving, and he'll get a chance at the free throw line. 13 points for Marcus Sahonis, leading the Beach. Sahonis 1 of 1 from the line today, 6 of 15 from the floor. Yeah, UC Davis still shooting 61%, still over 60%. They've been up over 60% the entire second half. As Sahonis knocks it down. Beach shooting it well at 47%.
Well, there's a lot of teams when you shoot it at 47%, you think they're up,
right.
2, 3, 4, 10, 12, whatever the differential may be. But that's a good enough percentage. It's just the defense just has not been up to par this afternoon. Very reactive.
Yeah, Long Beach State, I mean, they're rebounding well. They're not turning it over a ton.
Offensive rebounds, they had 10 at the half. They've done some good things. But you got to get stops on this end of the floor, and consecutive ones at that.
Pepper, he's got 13 points. Guarded by Lucina, 10 to shoot. Pulls up, falling away, nothing but net. Elijah Pepper, it's a 17-point Davis lead. Lucina gets inside, good look. And a timeout, Dan Munson in Long Beach State. And win this game. Long road to go, but plenty of time to do it. Down 15, it's Aggies basketball, and UC Davis has hit its last 4 shots. Pepper ahead to Milling.
Good effort by Sahonis to get to that ball. Lucina was sort of cat-mouse splitting 2 on that baseline.
Bora up top. Shot clock single digits. Bora missed the dunk, but there to clean up to Brule. Jones ends up with it. Sahonis, the triple, spun off. Jones rebound. Another second chance opportunity. How about a third? George volleyballs it up, but it's out of bounds.
Like the hustle, but I haven't seen Sen-Q Carey move that fast since he was a player. he saw that group coming after the basketball. Q popped up. He was running for his life. I got to remember, I sent him that clip at 9:16. Sen-Q Carey, I didn't know you still had that kind of foot speed.
Well, Long Beach State coming with some backcourt pressure, so Sahonis knocking the inbounds out of bounds. T.Y. Johnson breaks the double team. Bora's tip back, no. Lucina the rebound. Couple of stops consecutively for the Beach here. Can they get on the board? It's Abubakar's pass intercepted by Bora. The answer is no.
How many rebounds does Lucina have, Jason?
Lucina Traore now sitting at 9 rebounds.
And points?
8.
So got to get him his double-double. Plenty of time.
Milling taking on George. Turns on him and fouled hard by Traore. And, well, the chances are with 8 and 9, Lucina's going to get the double-double, but that is his 4th foul. He fouled out of the game Thursday against UC Santa Barbara.
There's just 2 words that keep going through my mind if I was coaching in this game. Stay down. Stay down. Stay down. Stay down. Stay down.
Jack Manny And Nico Rotrek back in the game for UC Davis. Pepper and Bora go to the bench.
Trivia question, you'll probably get this. Rotrek has a brother that plays in this league. Do you know the team? UC San Diego. Tony.
"17-point UC Davis lead. Sahonis underneath to Lucina. Out of bounds off Lucina Traore's hand. Long Beach State feels like things are really coming apart for them right now. They got to put the pieces back together quickly. Now Aggies can run some clock. And it is a quiet Walter Pyramid at the moment. T.Y. Johnson into the corner, down low, Rochak, the lay-in. And the Aggies have their biggest lead of the game, up by 19.
Big target hand, big find, great catch, great finish.
A few Aggies fans here in the building making themselves heard. Another offensive rebound for Lucina. Jones, second try. Good on the 2. Ends a 2-minute scoring drought for the Beach. And then the steal of Boubacar. 3-on-2. Jadon for 3. Got it. 5 quick Jadon Jones points.
Nice little rhythm right there, all created off their defense and then back up again. Understands how to create a shot, how to get a shot. Hey, he's wonderful at making shots. Coming into this game, averaging 21 points a contest.
So the little 5-0 run from Jadon Jones forcing a Davis timeout.
A little bit of life in the crowd right now. See if they can get them going. The crowd is just antsy for a couple stops on this end.
Shot clock at 10. Milling inside. Manny gets the 2. Jones no good there. Out of bounds, though. It's going to stay with Long Beach State. 6:41 to play. Bora coming in for Davis. Rochak going out. Lucina Traore against Bora. Rebound. Who's going to come up with it? We got a foul. And the foul's on UC Davis.
Love the battle and the fight. You know, they certainly haven't tossed anything in. They just haven't been able to get the stops needed. But I love the way these guys are fighting and they're clawing, and shot goes up. Sahonis and Abubakar staying with the play.
Well, Boubacar shooting 1 and 1. Next Davis foul will put the Beach into the double bonus. And Boubacar misses the front end. Davis with the ball and a 16-point lead. Milling for 3. He connects. Milling 5 of 7 from 3. As Jadon Jones fouled on that jumper, he'll shoot 2. And now Long Beach State in the double bonus, so 2 free throws coming the rest of the way. And let's look back at that Kane Milling 3. I mean, textbook.
But yeah, you just, again, just coming off and the footwork is what sets up the shot. And, you know, this is a team that shoots the ball. I mean, Jim Les was a great shooter in his college days, and, you know, he made money in the NBA shooting the basketball.
Jones knocks down the free throw. 12 for him. 2 Beach players in double figures. Sahonis 14, Jones has 12 as we see Hart come back in. Traore goes to the bench. Adebayo in for Davis along with Losey. Bora and Manny go out. Losey, by the way, into the game. He's playing with 4 fouls. And a second free throw coming for Jadon Jones. Full court pressure into Milling. Pepper bounces it ahead for Johnson. And he gets fouled by Hart up high. So 1 and 1 coming. T.Y. Johnson at the line. Johnson with 16 points. Gets the first, and he'll get another. 80 points now for UC Davis with 5:50 left. (81-62) Davis. George had it knocked out of his hand out of bounds, staying with Long Beach State. A.J. George with 8 points right now. He's got his average up over the last few weeks this season into double figures, averaging just over 10 points per game, and he's a basket away from another double-figure scoring game. He's got 8 points, 4 rebounds right now.
And he does all the little things. You know, we talk about it all the time. The points and the rebounds, assists we can see. But he knows how to play the game, and he's gotten better.
Abubakar, second chance, and he's going to the free throw line. Now, A.J. George, just a sophomore. And we've talked about the seniors on this team. It's senior day today, and Jeffrey Yan, Marcus Sahonis, Messiah Thompson, Chase Polynice, and Amari Stroud. But you think about some of the pieces this Long Beach State team's going to have next year with another year under their belt. The Traores, Jadon Jones, A.J. George. That's a nice group coming back, just like they had this year. Good group coming back.
Well, and like I said earlier, when this team was healthy and they had everybody available, they were 10-3. You know, the 4 games Sahonis didn't play in, they were 0-4. But, you know, they've got to figure out what's going wrong right now. You know, the coaching hasn't changed. You know, the same drills you've been using when you had that win streak. I mean, there was a month there where I never thought they were going to lose again. They were playing so well. And, you know, when you lose sometimes you try and do it all by yourself, right? You try and, you know, some guys, and I'm not saying this is the case here, but some guys think they can start to look for their numbers and they're going to change it in 2 or 3 games. And that usually doesn't happen. It's got to be a collective effort, all 5 guys on the floor at the same time.
Davis's shooting percentage has dipped under 60. They're at 59 right now. Long Beach State needs stops. Davis winding clock. 5 to shoot. Johnson against Sahonis. 1-on-1. Johnson blocked out of bounds by Traore. And a shot clock violation.
What elite team defense. You had good one-on-one on the ball, but you had Traore just waiting back there. And reminded me a lot of Jeff Trepanier that played for me at USC, that just had unbelievable verticality and was one of the best shot blockers back then. And Abubakar right now is one of the best shot blockers now in the country.
They play pretty good volleyball in this building. And Abubakar looked like a guy who they might want at the net. A.J. George inside. Offensive foul.
I'll tell you a funny story. the track coach, Ron Alice, legendary coach at USC, he needed a high jumper. So he came to us in Heritage Hall and asked if Jeff Trepanier could high jump against UCLA. And we were like, I guess. And, we said he doesn't know how to high jump. He said, I can teach him how to high jump. He's got a 44-inch vertical. And he helped him get some points in that track meet. I'm sure Abubakar could help in a lot of sports here.
Johnson from the free throw line. In and out. Long Beach State looking for their first field goal in 2.5 minutes. And got it there. Abubakar.
But he just hangs in the air. It's sort of like, it's crazy. He just goes up, figures out what he's going to do, and does it before he comes down.
7 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists for Traore. Pressure up high from Jones. Pepper double teamed and gets a timeout. UC Davis will have. All right. Davis basketball. And that one doesn't go. Rebound, Lucina Traore. He's still a basket away from a double-double in the regular season finale. Sahonis fouled to the hoop. And they're going to count it. That's Sahonis to the line for a chance at a three-point play. That big free throw coming here as Long Beach State needs to string together some kind of run.
Nice little rip through, going left, puts it in his left hand, takes it back to his right hand to get the shot off. Definitely has Pepper side saddled, and the help side defense just a day late and $1 short.
It's a 6-0 run at the moment for Long Beach State. Sahonis to add the extra point. Missed the free throw. Long Beach State 12 out of 17 from the line in this one. 81-68 the score. They haven't added the 2 points to the scoreboard in the building yet, which is why our score bug's 2 points short. Davis, 13-point lead, shot clock at 6. On the ground, saved. Lucina off to Abubakar. Beach down 13. Sahonis to the corner for George. Good look from 3. It spins in. 10-point game with plenty of time to go.
Well, we've seen it plenty of times. A slow start. Long Beach State, no quit in them. Always finishes strong. Hopefully there's enough time and energy.
Let's see if UC Davis changes things up offensively. They've been winding clock way down as Lucina Traore comes up with a steal, and then he has his pocket picked by Adebayo. I felt like there was a few minutes there, right, Coach? Davis just letting the clock wind down deep into the possession, didn't get a good shot off.
And that's hard to do, right? You had a nice little flow, and I understand time and score, and there you see the corner 3.
Kane Milling quieting the crowd. He's 6 for 8 from beyond the arc, 22 points. Sahonis off glass.
On the road or here in the pyramid.
Pepper in the backcourt. Kick ball.
With Davis, number one, get the basketball in, two-hand catch it, look it in with your eyes. But then you got to fake a pass to make a pass. Catch, turn, and look. Don't have to put it on the floor immediately. Survey, the best way to beat this is to pick it apart with the pass.
DeBrule gets it across. Milling double teamed and fouled. That puts UC Davis into the double bonus. Abubakar Traore called for the foul, so 2 free throws coming here.
The big difference in this game, Jason, has been the three-point field goal percentage. Long Beach State shooting 18%. UC Davis at 62% for the game.
Yeah, they're 10 for 16 from beyond the arc. Milling's been a big part of that. He's 6 for 8 from 3. He's 2 for 2 from the line, now make it 3 for 3. Kane Milling leading all scorers in this game with 23 points. He's been huge. And here we were talking about T.Y. Johnson and Elijah Pepper before the game. And Kane Milling certainly a threat to be reckoned with. Pepper goes out. He's playing with 4 fouls right now. Bora's into the game. Milling's second free throw, short. Beach down a dozen. Just above 2 minutes to play. Sahonis loses it, gets it back. Finds Jones. Long Beach State needs to settle down here. Jadon spinning underneath, missed the layup, and then a foul. The foul is against UC Davis.
We continue to battle. We talked about building a wall, domination in the paint. Great spin by Jadon Jones to get the shot up. And there you can see easy call by the official.
Yeah,
like the way he's aggressive. He split 2 defenders to get it up on the glass.
Bora is called for the foul, his third. And it's Lucina Traore who gets a chance here. 2 free throws would give him a double-double. He's got 8 points and 13 rebounds. Got the first. Amari Stroud comes in for the Beach. A.J. George goes out. Elijah Pepper back in for UC Davis. Adebayo to the bench. To give Lucina 10 points. This free throw would make it yet another double-double for the Long Beach State big. He gets him 10 points, 13 rebounds. He goes to the bench to protect him with 4 fouls. Jason Hart back in. And Long Beach State down by 10 points. Setting up for some full court pressure. Pepper into DeBrule. And DeBrule fouled quickly there by Jadon Jones. Jadon committing his 4th. So 2 free throws coming for Leo DeBrule. And DeBrule, another one coming here to try to make it a 12-point game. You see the big line changes coming. Lucina back in. Davis playing off the key here, back in the backcourt as DeBrule's second free throw doesn't go. Rebound Jadon Jones. Sahonis fouled, and Marcus Sahonis to the free throw line for 2.
Well, I love the aggressiveness to get in, draw the foul, stop the clock. With Long Beach State has the ability to put points up on the board without losing any time off the clock.
By the way, on the previous possession, it was Hart who got called for the foul officially, not Jones. Sahonis misses the first free throw here. Marcus at 18 points right now, but he is now just 2 for 6 from the free throw line. 18 points, 5 assists for Sahonis, 8 of 19 shooting, 0 for 5 from 3, 2 for 6 from the line. Ten-point game again. 1:48 to play. Pepper speeding into the front court. T.Y. Johnson. And Abubakar Traore fouling Elijah Pepper. Pepper going to the line where he's 5 for 5 in this one.
To your point, offense a little different than those possessions where they were just coming down and holding. getting the shot there, just using some clock. Long Beach State
Well,
trying
now the
to
pressure's
speed 'em up.
on, yeah.
Yeah.
So Elijah to the line. And what a pleasure to watch Elijah Pepper throughout his career at UC Davis. Fantastic player under Jim Les. He was recognized back on February 29th, their senior day. Manny's about to check back into the game for the Aggies. Pepper. Free throw is good. Spin and the bounce. And Pepper out, Manny in. 12-point Davis advantage. .90 seconds to play. Abubakar missed. Lucina stuffed by Manny. And then ball out of bounds is milling through it off Lucina Traore. Pepper back in, Adebayo out. Well, Long Beach State needed points right there.
Sure did.
They got to take a second off the shot clock here because Davis had possession and threw it out of bounds off of Lucina Traore. So they take 2 seconds off. 28 on the Davis shot clock. DeBrule gets it into Johnson. Up ahead for Pepper. They break the pressure. .10 to shoot. Clock about to dip under a minute to play. Johnson's floater. No good. George the rebound. Does Long Beach State have a miracle come back in them? Sahonis. No good there. Traore saves it to George. Abubakar underneath for Marcus, and he's fouled and going to the free throw line.
What a pass by Traore up top, finding a teammate down low.
So Sahonis to the free throw line, sitting on 19 points. Been Long Beach State's leading scorer all season. Can never forget his 35-point effort at Michigan. Season high for him. Knocks down the first free throw. So another 20-point performance from Marcus Sahonis. Gets them both, 10-point game. .42 seconds. They're wiping off a spot on the floor. Elijah Pepper hit the deck, going for the potential rebound. Inbound goes to Johnson. Off to DeBrule. Long Beach taking a foul here. Pepper playing keep away. And UC Davis going to come into this building and get a win to end the regular season. Aggies playing well on their way to Henderson as the number 2 seed. Meanwhile, Long Beach State hoping that things work out for them. Davis going to take a shot clock violation. 11.5 seconds left. Aggies emptying their bench here. Drew Carter going to come into the game for the first time, along with Connor Sevilla and Sione Lose. For Long Beach State, hoping that things will work out so they can get the first round bye. But 5 straight losses to finish the season and making things tough on them heading to Henderson next week. 88-78, the final score as the two teams shake hands. Ben Munson and Jim Less shaking hands